No, this is Mr. Hornsby 83 with I guess you could say this is a new concept because I've never really done a compare and contrast. But I'm going to do a compare and contrast video. I'm going to compare and contrast two of Star Trek's biggest captains, two of Star Trek's greatest captains, which is Captain James T. Kirk and Jean-Luc Picard. Now, I'm going to start out. If you don't know what a compare and contrast is, it's when you're trying to find things that are the same about someone and things that are different about two people or two objects or anything else like that. But I'm sure a lot of people know that. So, first off, let's talk about I guess what they both have in common, and pretty much they both are from Earth. So that's one thing they got in common. Next thing they also got is they're both captains of the USSS Enterprise, um, and you know, this video I had to find a lot of things that were the same about them, but also they also both like, I guess you could say, American literature, so or poems or whatever. Um, and according to Spock in the episode Unification, apparently both captains are stubborn in their own way. So that's something. Rest in peace to Leonard Nimoy. But let's see. I'm gonna get to, I guess you could say, a couple of their differences. Um, First off, I think, and I could be mistaken, but I think Jean-Luc Picard, he's from like France or Paris or something, and Kirk, I believe, he's from America. So if I'm wrong about that, anybody who watches Star Trek and any shows, correct me on it. But let's see. Some other differences is I think as far as pure fighting skill, I'd have to say I guess Kirk has the edge slightly because he's a little bit better fighter. I'll do one more. Them being the same after I've done all the contrast. Just a slight bit more on fighting skill. Kirk has been an admiral before, but he lost that position, I think, in one of the Star Trek movies. I think it was like the second to last one that William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and all them did, because after that you had Next Generation movies with Patrick Stewart and Jonathan Frank and all that. And Picard was never an admiral. Something that also, Kirk, I believe, had a son. Picard never had one. He just, the closest thing to a son was, I think, his nephew. Also, there was an episode in Next Generation where he thought he had a son, but it wasn't his son. Another thing, too, is who their nemesis are. Well, actually, Picard pretty much got, I guess you could say, two. Kirk hates the Klingons because the Klingons killed his son, and Picard, he hates the Borg, and his nemesis throughout the show, all the way till the end of the show, was Q, one of the members of the Q faction, or Q something. So, you know, and if you've seen Star Trek Next Generation, you know that Picard had a Klingon as a member of his crew's security, which was Worf, but I believe in one of the other later Star Trek movies with William Shatner in that, we did see Worf in that also, because he was an ambassador in that, though. He was an ambassador, so it was a little different than what he was in Star Trek Next Generation, and I guess he went on to do Deep Space Nine also. honestly, I think Picard had more aliens on his ship than Kirk did. So, who knows? Also, although Jean-Luc did have a lot of love interest in the show, he wasn't really kind of a ladies' man like Kirk was. So, you know, even Master P and No Limit a long time ago made a song called Captain Kirk, which was a pretty hilarious song if you ever heard it. But if you haven't, go check out their album Ghetto D. It was one of their earlier albums, like not too long after Tupac, Biggie dying and all that. Alright, I got a couple other things I want to compare them to, and then I'll probably be done with this video. The video might seem boring to some people, but hey, some people might like this, who knows. But, so, as I mentioned, I believe both knew Worf represented Kirk and Spock in a trial, because Kirk was accused of starting something with the Klingons in one of the other Star Trek movies. And Picard, who had Worf as one of his members of his crew, actually his chief of security, so what a good guy to have as chief of security. Worf, man. A Klingon warrior. Probably the best thing Picard did. But Kirk did have Spock, so. Also, they both have worked with Spock. Spock was a main character on the first Star Trek series with William Shatner and all of them, and as I said before, Leonard Nimoy played him. And in the episode, it was a two-parter of Star Trek Next Generation. Picard worked with Spock. Him and Data worked with Spock. So, also, both of them, I believe, although Kirk had a son in that, I don't think he really had anything other than, he didn't have, like, I don't think a family atmosphere, so they both really wanted a family bad, especially Picard, because, he had never ever been married, and he had so many women that he was in love with. One of them was, although several times in the show they did do things where it was like future time travel things where, Picard was married to Beverly Crusher, Dr. Beverly Crusher. But, yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I got another new concept coming up. I will get back to my topic videos next week. But my next new concept video will be a Dreamcast, and I will be doing a Dreamcast of people I think would be great to star in a GTA movie if they ever made a GTA movie, like an actual movie, not some documentary. But that'll do it for this video. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Remember, correct me if I was wrong about Kirk being from America or whatnot, or if Picard's not from France or whatever. But follow me on my Facebook fan page, Mr. Hornsby 83 Topics. I post regularly on there. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Hornsby 83. And until the next video, peace out.